Good morning, afternoon, or evening, and welcome to Nancy Drew Curse of Blackmoor Manor. What was I going to do? I think I may actually just take a nap until Jane's lessons are finished. I think they should be finished by 3 p.m. So let's just take a nap until then. Alarm. Oh, I guess we could go talk to the person in the library. See if we've got anything new to talk about with them. Yeah, let's do that before we take a nap.
Nous sommes, vous êtes, ils sont.
Hello?
Hello, Nancy.
Uh-huh.
Who is the man in the great hall with the gargoyle?
That's Corbin Penvelin, born in 1670 and died in 1741, I believe. He was Eleanor's grandson and spent his life in France. It was rumored that he secretly returned to Blackmoor to continue his grandmother's experiments in the mystical arts.
Where can I find his coat of arms?
I didn't realize you were so interested in Penvelin history. I'd be happy to show you his coat of arms, but I'm in dire need of a typist. Perhaps, if you can help me out, I can find that which you seek.
It's a deal. What do you want me to do?
Perhaps first we should see how fast you type. This program will rate your speed. Just type the characters that appear on the screen. If you're good enough, I'll let you type up my memoirs, and then I'll let you see the coat of arms.
Okay. What? What? Oh. Uh... Um... Hmm. I bet that wasn't good enough.
What? That's terrible! My pet chinchilla could do better than that.
Can we try again?
Hello, Nancy.
Your memoirs were quite intriguing. Will they be published soon?
Well, no. But I figure that I might as well get them out of the way so that once I do become famous, they'll be ready.
How will you become famous?
Once I write my book on the Penvelins, it's sure to be a bestseller. Especially if I get some good press on it.
Uh-huh.
May I try that typing test again?
Certainly.
Was that better?
Excellent score. Now, here's what I'd like you to type up. These are my memoirs. I think you'll find them quite interesting.
I was very, very tiny when I was
These are the most boring memoirs I've ever read in my life.
I remember distinctly how proud I was.
Phew, done. Finally. I feel like I've been typing forever. Nigel! Nigel!
Nancy, thanks much for your work. Here's your reward. Attached is a sketch of Corbin's crest that I found in the Château de Vertou in France. I've never found a picture of it here in Blackmoor. Nigel. So we've got like things that are pointing this way. And we've got a sun and
No key without toil, no fire without oil. No key without toil, no fire without oil. No key without toil, no fire without oil. No key without
What are they
toil, no
doing?
fire without oil.
Oh yeah, my actions ensure that my name will endure to the end. Penbelen.
That was a little creepy.
I did it perfect that time, didn't I? Well, almost perfect.
You did very well. But remember, this must remain a secret. Do not discuss it with anyone.
Yes, Ethel.
And don't forget, you have a maths exam tomorrow.
Yes, Ethel.
And be sure to brush your teeth.
Yes, Ethel. Good night.
ooh. 321. Okay.
Smells like oil.
But I can't do anything with it. No. Okay, so what? Do I just go to bed now? Is it like 3:30 a.m. now? Oh,
I need something else for this.
oh, this is just to be looked at. We actually need something.
I need something else for this.
Okay. Well, I guess I will get a clue somewhere else then. This doesn't seem to be doing anything. I mean, it just points that way. So this is like 2, 1. What do I need to... Is it like... 2 right, 1 left, 1 right, 2 left, 1 right? So like... Starting... turning to the right, is it 2, 1, 1, 2, 1? So like... 2, 1, 1, 2, 1. I didn't think that would work, but okay. I was like, I'm sure this is not going to be it. But like, yeah, it was the same symbol all the time, and the only difference was that some of them were in the right column and some of them were in the left column. I guess, can that be interacted with? It can.
I can see into Linda's room.
Yeah. Whoa. Okay. So I guess we can go that way. But that looks like the same kind of thing we had in the other corridor. Oh. Runes, huh? Well, there was a thing about runes in Linda's room. I don't think I can just guess. Yeah, let's leave that for now. Something's
Only the blameless shall pass here. All others shall transform into beasts. Tooth and nail shall grow long, and hair shall turn coarse, till their aspect be as loathsome as their cold hearts. Prove thy worthiness, and memorialize here the innocent one so wrongly condemned for saving lives. Else consider thyself right and truly cursed.
Who was it that was innocently that was innocent but was burned as a witch? What was her name? I guess that's the curse, huh? And also you need to know the know the runes for the name. Oh, once you solve the puzzle, this will open. Gotcha. And that's the peephole. Okay. So we've got a puzzle to solve. Do we have any food? Let's put that away. Nope. Okay then. Considering we've been out all day. Yeah, it's 3:30 a.m. This is really lousy service. Let's put the alarm for like 3 p.m. Oops, there we go. Super bad service. So the ancestors. Where were we?
Who was Marge?
I forget. I think she was... I don't know.
Tell me about Jeffrey.
I'd rather not. I'm kind of bored. Wouldn't you rather play a game?
Oh, so we need to play a game with you so that you will then tell us more, huh?
Hi, Nancy.
Jane, I saw you and Ethel performing some kind of ritual. What were you doing?
Huh? I don't know what you're talking about.
You and Ethel were pouring oil or something down some kind of drain.
Coo, you're a daft one. Imagine me and Ethel running around in the middle of the night pouring oil down drains.
I didn't say anything about it taking place in the middle of the night.
Well, isn't that when weird rituals usually take place? In the dead of night? Anyway, you were probably just having a bad dream. Believe me, this castle can sometimes give you nightmares.
Uh-huh. So if I play a game with you, will you then tell me more about your ancestors?
Do you want to play a game?
Mm-hmm.
How about a game of petroglyph punch?
On your mark, get set, go!
Let's see. Why am I not? There we go. Hands. I'm going to get a really bad score. Let's see. There and I think I'm going to have to shuffle again. Sometimes I just don't see them. Although this is the kind of thing that I'm usually pretty okay at least when playing the easy version. Okay. Got the same score as last time.
Great score!
Alright.
I should get going.
Ta-ta!
So do you now want to tell me about...
Who was Marge?
I forget. I think she was... I don't know.
Tell me about Edmund.
He was into cows. He did a lot of breeding of cows and sheep and got some kind of award from the king.
Who was Charles?
Oh, Charles was a famous judge and wrote very important books on law. But his boy, Garrett, drowned while he was really young.
Who was Gillian?
She married the Duke of Ballingsford, but she stayed at Blackmoor to raise her son Thomas, who inherited the estate when his grandfather Charles died.
Okay.
Tell me about Thomas.
He was Charles's grandson and wrote a lot of poetry. He also had 3 wives, Catherine, Anne, and Mary, but not like at the same time. They died and he just remarried.
Who's James?
He never married, but one day, when he was very old, a baby was found at the doorstep to the manor. He took her in and raised her as his own. That was Eleanor.
Oh, right. Eleanor was the one who was burned even though she was innocent.
What can you tell me about Eleanor?
Just that she was burned as a witch, but it wasn't true, and her father, James, died when he saw her die. And then the family fled to France. I don't want to talk about this.
So we need to find the runes for Eleanor.
Who was Edward?
He lived in France with his father, Le Comte de Roquefort. He was very interested in languages and translated books from Greek and Latin.
Can you tell me about George, the one born in 1566?
He lived and died. End of story.
Tell me about Geoffrey.
I'd rather not. I'm kind of bored. Wouldn't you rather play a game?
Tell me about Francois.
He was a dwarf and became a trusted confidant to Louis XIV. Little people often held positions of great esteem at that time.
Okay, so Eleanor. Let's hear more about the ancestors some other time. Where was the book on runes? That's not what I need. I need the book on runes. Eleanor. Oh, here we go. But how do we figure out which letter is which? They can be termed an alphabet. 24 symbols. Here we go. So Eleanor. Let's see. L is that one. I'm just going to try and write these down as well. So, okay, so, I wrote down this for L, and then there's I that I wrote down as well. And I also found N and wrote it down. I don't see O here anywhere, but there's R and I wrote that down as well. Do we have O? Here, yeah, it's that one. Oh, I guess was the symbol I wrote down A as in EI and not actually EL. So I'm going to have to amend my notes. So just a sec while I do that, and then we'll go and solve the rune puzzle. Alright, I think I've got it all down. Each rune not only represents a letter, but an object or being as well. As a result, each rune is associated with specific characteristics or events. For example, the rune for O is called Othala and not only represents the letter O, it also means ancestral property, which can connote home, everything that is important to someone, security, support, experience, etc. Because each rune has an intrinsic meaning, people in the Dark Ages would sometimes randomly choose a series of runes, so draw them from a bag or cast them on the ground, and try to tell the future from the juxtaposition of their meanings. Interesting. We've got the whole astrology puzzle thing as well, but I think I'm just going to go and solve the rune puzzle first, now that I still have it fresh in my mind. Okay, so let's see. 21121. 21121. And the R just looks like an R. Ooh, hello. More stairs. Which way? To the left, we've got more stairs. This looks like... But... where's the, Are we going back now? If I go this way now? No, there's the other half. So hot marks the spot. Duh. I mean, the answer is right here, right? Were the triangles this way, pointing this way on the other side as well? Or were they pointing down? Uh-oh. It doesn't seem like anything happened. Where was the gargoyle? that was kind of like guarding. No, doesn't seem like anything happened. Well, we did the whole hot marks the spot thing. What do we have here? Oh.
I can see into the library.
Yeah. Oh. Do these control... What was it that we needed to do with this statue? Look upwards? Hmm. Let's see. I saw Jane and Ethel chanting and pouring something into this hole in the floor of the Great Hall at around 3 in the morning. It's obvious that Ethel is teaching Jane a whole lot more than reading, writing, and arithmetic. But what? And why? When I asked Jane what she and Ethel were doing in the Great Hall in the middle of the night, she denied everything. It might not have been smart of me to tip my hand like that. Now she and Ethel will be even more secretive about... what? By turning the gargoyle with the evil eyes 2 turns to the left, 1 turn to the right, 1 turn to the left, 2 turns to the right, and 1 turn to the left, I managed to open yet another secret passageway. I saw the curse that Linda must have seen when she was exploring that passageway. It said that unless you enter the name of the person who was wrongly condemned, you'll turn into some kind of beast. When I peeked into Linda's room through this peephole I found, I got a look at her hand. It was covered with hair. I don't want to believe that the curse is true. And that the curse she saw is really coming true. But after seeing her hand, I'm not sure what to think anymore. Push the fingers of that contraption in the gargoyle passageway. Yeah. Which way the triangles at the end of the secret passageway should go.
Can't check that off till it's done.
Memorialize the innocent one.
I'm finished with that.
Explore the new secret passageway.
I'm finished with that.
Look for a clue in Corbin's coat of arms.
I'm finished with that.
Pass that typing test.
That's done.
Push the symbols on that secret panel. Open up all the columns. Find something. Oh, finally did that.
I'm finished with that.
Right. So, what was it that the statue needed to Mrs. Drake, Nigel, book about the Penvellins. Library knows a lot, including stuff about the Beast of Blackmoor. A pet parrot named Lulu. Cake. Mrs. Petrov. Relationship between Linda and her stepdaughter. Weird old book in her room, old pictures. Roman numerals. Yeah, she hasn't written it down, but we do need to make the statues. We do make the statue look up. Is there like oh my gosh. This is so awkward. Figure out how to access the other side.
I'm finished with that.
Making all those weird noises in the upstairs hallway. Sounds like they're coming from under the... Oh, yeah. The parrot. Duh. Huh. It does need to look up, though. So there's gotta be some combination here. Maybe it doesn't affect the statue then. Well, I guess we need to ask Lulu about this. Lulu is going to be getting a lot of cake. Okay, so when you go right here, that's where you end up. And there's nothing else for us to interact with here. Not that I can see. Aha, there is stuff on the walls. But I can't really look at it more closely. So, let's go back.
Oh, looks like it's time for another glow stick.
Oh no. Well, back up and out of here. And I guess we need a new glow stick. So, clues?
The time has come for closing. Hello!
How about a hint?
Lulu hungry. Lulu want cake first.
Yeah, I know the drill.
Okay. So, let's go to Jane's room. We'll make Lulu a cake. And get us a new glow stick.
I'm going to bake another cake for Lulu, if that's okay.
Go right ahead.
Lettuce, worms, blueberries, crackers. All right. And glow stick.
Hi, Nancy.
Could I get another glow stick?
Yes, but you know the rule. First, we have to play another game. On your mark, get set, go!
Let's see, what do we even have here? Ah. Hmm. Hmm. I think I may need to... Oh. Okay, 2,500 again.
Great score! Un glow stick pour vous, madame.
Merci.
I should get going.
Au revoir.
Let's hear more about the ancestors. Onward to the third page.
Who was Helene?
Can we stop soon? Helene married the Duke of Bouville and died in 1760. End of story.
Who was Frederic?
He was a soldier for the French. He was killed in the War of Spanish Succession in July of 1702.
Who was Théophile?
He lived most of his life on the island of Mauritius and discovered like 1 million plant species.
It looks like George and his brother Henri died in the same year. What happened?
They were lost at sea. I guess they traveled a lot to Canada, especially to Oak Island.
Oh.
What do you know about John?
He was an opera singer, just like my mom. He sang in some Mozart operas, I think.
Who was Peter?
Let's see. He had a wooden leg, and he was attacked by wolves once. That's all I remember.
Who was Carolyn?
Caroline was a chemist and helped identify the element lanthanum. I'm not sure what the element does. I think it's a heavy metal.
I have no idea.
What about Colin?
Oh, this is so cool. They say he was a spy for England, even though he lived in France. Isn't that so very? I'd like to be a spy.
Tell me about Brigitte, the one who was born in the 17th century.
She was absolutely mad about cricket, the game, not the insect. She actually saw the first cricket match in 1744. Personally, though, I can't stand the sport.
Who's Marianne?
She got shipwrecked on this deserted island with a whole bunch of yahoos, and they wrote a story about it. Yeah, that's it.
Tell me about Jean.
Hello, it's pronounced Jean. He was killed by a boar on a hunting trip. They eat people's flesh, you know? No, I'm kidding. But he really did get killed by a boar. Serves him right, though, for hunting some poor little animal.
Who was born in 1763?
That was Isabel. She wrote many letters about the French Revolution and actually saw Marat's dead body in the bathtub. Talk about gross!
Who was Jacques?
Don't laugh, but he invented the lawnmower bag in 1831. I swear, I'm totally not making this up.
Who was the William who died so young?
He was Edward's little brother. He named his son after him.
Aww.
Tell me about Corbin.
I don't know. He doesn't have a coat of arms in the Great Hall because he didn't live here. Wasn't even a British subject. That's all I know.
Well, we've got a reproduction of his coat of arms.
And Philippe?
He made a fortune in the New World and bought back most of the lands that were confiscated by Cromwell.
Who's Penelope?
I don't know much about her except that she was very loved by practically everyone in England, and there were 1 million poems written about her. If I have a boyfriend, I'd never let him write a poem about me. Blech.
Tell me about Martha.
She was completely daft. She'd wear really bizarre outfits, and she was one of the first women to ride on a steam train.
Alright. Sounds like a pretty cool person to me.
Tell me about Brigitte, the one born in 1759.
She never married and was bonkers for astronomy. She adopted her sister's son, Richard, who later got killed at Waterloo.
Tell me about Richard.
He died in Waterloo fighting against Napoleon.
Tell me about Edward, the one from the 19th century.
He was a big explorer and went all over the world. He wasn't very close with his son, who was also an explorer. They'd only see each other by chance in weird remote places like Samarkand and Walla Walla.
Alright, getting close to the end here.
Who was William?
He was an explorer, just like his father. He was kind of a whiner, so I heard.
Who was John, the one who was born in 1873?
He was this huge naturalist and did a lot of exploration in the Amazon. I think there's a plant named after him. Or maybe a monkey, I forget.
Who was Malachi?
He was a doctor of medicine and did a lot of research on icky skin diseases. Happily, I'm blessed with perfect skin.
Who was Alan?
He was my grandfather, but I didn't know him because he died when I was little. I guess he was nice.
Aw, sad that you never got to know him.
Were Cassandra and Hector twins?
Uh-huh. Cassandra was totally obsessed with lawn tennis and was one of the first people in England to have a court installed at her home. Hector was the first ball boy.
Wow, Catherine sure lived for a long time.
She lived the longest of any Penvillain. I hope I live that long, but not if I'm all, like, creaky and cranky.
Who was Cynthia?
I don't know. I'm kind of tired right now.
Tell me about Obadiah.
He lived in the U.S. for most of his life and married this weird woman named Eustacia. She's still alive and sometimes calls us. She's totally creepy.
Oh?
Who was Rachel?
She died in France during the war. I guess she worked for the French resistance.
What do you know about Letitia?
Loves plants, hates noise. You can ask her about it. She's usually in the conservatory with her plants.
Oh, so that's her.
What did Sophia do?
She was a big collector of Impressionist artwork, but most of it was destroyed in a fire.
Tell me about Arthur.
He lived in the Wild West in the Americas and was a bandit with El Diablo's gang.
Ooh.
Tell me about Rose.
It's a real sad story. She and her granddaughter Rachel lived in France during the war and were killed.
Who was Esther?
Esther Penvillain Romberg, born in 1897 and died in 1951. Her friends called her Polly.
What did Nahum do?
He died in the flu epidemic.
Alright. I guess that's everything. Right. So, what about the astrology stuff though for the order of the symbols that we need to press? Where was... Oh, there it is. Let's see. I think these are like some of the symbols that we had there, but Are we going to the dragon or from the dragon? So like, do we start with this and then which way from here? Is it like this way or this way? And then we've got this. Isn't this the same number of squares as we had in the secret panel thing? But like, these are not the symbols we had there. We've got the book, the lion, the star. Yeah, I have no idea. Let's go ask for a clue and then end the episode. Or a couple of clues, actually.
Felicity, the door! Hello!
Lulu want a yummy cake?
Cake! Lulu on cake! Delicious!
What's the deal with that old knight I found by the peephole that looks into the library?
Play the fingers to get the key.
To get what key?
The messenger! He needs to loosen up.
You're not being much help, you know.
Look in the lab! Corbin Newell!
In the lab.
Bye, bird.
Cheerio! Pay no attention to the bird behind the curtain. Who's the pretty bird in the mirror?
So yeah, we do have a new glow stick. I guess in the next episode I might go and see about the triangles. There. On the kind of this side of the puzzle. I'll see if they were pointing up or down or what. Right. It's time to end the episode, so that's what I'm going to do, and hopefully we'll get something figured out in the next one. But for now, thank you so much for watching and spending a little of your time with me here today. It was lovely to have you. Please remember to be kind to yourself. Have a lovely rest of your day, and I will see you again next time.